Hi all, it's Ali here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a few of these headbands. Really simple. I bought this one and I bought a second one here. And I thought, well, I'm not paying £2.99 when I got a ton of bloody scarves upstairs to keep buying them. But this is exactly the length, the perfect length to do this with, and the perfect type of material. It's actually an Indian cotton, and so it's got the same print on both sides. Now, a lot of my scarves don't have that, and I also couldn't find at the time any plain ones. But as I said, I didn't really want to, you know, fork out when I thought, well, I've got tons of scarves, I could easily cut a few from there. Now, this scarf, this was a plain scarf, but as you can see, it's absolutely terrible. Down the side, it would not cut straight. However, it's not going to matter. So when you're making these, you don't want to really worry too much about the perfection because it's going round your head. Now, I have cropped mine, I mean, literally to a level 1 here that goes up to there. And then I've got like a straight line all the way round and it comes down like in a little bowl. But I actually quite like this look. And I think for the summer, where I usually wear a lot of hats, and I have it cropped much shorter on top, where I've grown it a bit, I really would like to try and grow it, but this is the issue that I have, and I'll explain that to you in a minute. But I think this on top really rocks the sort of look. I push it up and I use what is it? It's a type of putty. I can't remember what it's called. Oh gosh, I can't remember the make. Never mind, it'll come to me. So I've got the sewing machine up and I've got one just started. I thought you didn't really want to see me bothering to cut out oblongs of material, and you also didn't really want to see me wiring up the machine and filling a bobbin, simply because I could have spent half an hour on the video trying to thread the needle. Anybody that knows about sewing machines, and when you get to maybe a certain age, the whole of the needle, I know you can get needle threader things, but if you haven't got one to hand, the whole of the needle seems to get smaller and more invisible as the older you get. No idea why that could be, could you? Anyway, another thing you need when you're going to make a video on YouTube, I always say this, you need a cup of tea. Also, when you're sewing, never sew without a cup of tea or coffee. The reason for this is when you make a mistake, and every time I make a mistake, usually a swear word comes out of my voice. My mouth. It stops me. I go, oh, I'll have a cup of tea. There is nothing like a hot cup of tea, is there? So I'm going to do these. I'm going to show you that all I'm doing is I'm literally, let me show you on this one. This is one I've cut out as well. I liked this print. It's got little red, you see that, little red daisies on them. Well, white daisies with red middles. And again, I shall just be folding over the edge as I go, making sure that the raw edge, I could just simply zigzag it, which I might do, because it's just not going to show when you've got it round your head and you've tied it up, you see? It just isn't going to show. The only issue is that with this material, obviously this side isn't the same as this side. But again, is it going to really worry me? No, probably not. And the same with the blue one, obviously it's the same either side. So I'm going to make a couple of these. I hope you can hear me while I'm sewing. But if you can't, I'll stop, I think, in a minute. But I just wanted to show you that people say, why don't you show us when you're sewing? Well, that's fine, but then you've got the noise of the sewing machine. So you can see. I'm literally rolling it over twice with my fingers because I'm a lazy cow and there's no way I'm going to put pins in or anything like that. I just can't be bothered. I've realised I've become a lot less pedantic about things. that I used to be. I used to be, oh, everything has to be just perfect. Honestly, I can't be worrying about that perfection anymore. And that's a good thing. Part of that is down to a tablet called Lyrica that I take. And it does seem to calm down my OCD. Now, anybody that's known me for a long time, when I was on YouTube before, I built up to 1,000 subscribers. And I did talk about my issues with hair cutting. You might all laugh and think, well, surely if you'd really like to have long hair, which I always wanted hair down to sort of here, if you wanted that, why don't you just grow it? I like really cropped hair on me, and I also would love it if it would just grow to there, and then I could do things with it. Because I'm an arty-farty person, anywhere in between looks bloody awful, and I don't have, and because I focus in on my hair so much, and I'm so obsessed. I'm obsessed with other people's hair as well. I'll see it, and I'll just study it and study it, and I think, God, I must say, I adore Randy's hair. I think she's got really nice hair, and I study that, and I look at the way she does quirky things with her hair, and she's a short-haired girl, and it's lovely. I really like Randy's hair. And then I look at say, Pam from Shoot the Shit. She's got lots and lots of hair, and I'm thinking, oh, if I had hair that length, would I be cutting it here? Would I do this? Would I do that? Oh my God, I got so many ideas and things that I'd love to try out on Pam's hair. And it's ridiculous because it's you know, I'll even look at hairstyles. I'll look at all sorts of hairstyles online, but I've got hair this short. It's not like I'm going to have them done, and I would just, if I see something I like, I'll save it. I'm getting better at not doing this and not focusing in. And when I'm angry and upset, I tend to just get the clippers out and crop my hair. Now, a lot of people have said, why do you do that? Why don't you just take the clippers out of the house? Well, there's a simple reason for that. One, I cut my own hair and mostly always have done. Occasionally I've gone to the hairdressers. And also I've tried doing this, but you know, other people want their hair cut in the house, and that's what I do. And the other reason that I don't take the clippers out of the house is because it sends me into complete and utter panic. What would I do? I could just use scissors, but then it wouldn't be as even, and then that would be a problem. So I'm not able to, any more than I'm able to get rid of the scales, I'm not able to get rid of the scissors, the clippers and scissors. So there you go. That is my reasoning for not. It's a poor reason, I know, but I just can't do it. My OCD won't let me. It's like weighing every morning. I know that weight doesn't change every morning, but it might just suddenly change, but it doesn't change as a rule every morning. You know, I've managed to stop myself weighing at night as well as the morning, but again, it's just an obsession. Now, the obsession I have, apparently, is called trichotillomania, and it's tenomania, not telomania. Now, a lot of you know about trichotillomania, which is where people pull their hair out with nerves or when they're upset, or just sometimes it's just a habit. Some of those people even eat the strands of their hair. It's a really hard condition to treat, but again, it comes under OCD, obsessional compulsive disorder. It comes under that a lot of the time. Sometimes there are other reasons. For me, it's definitely part of my, I'm just going to say, quirky character. I've been told that obviously I do suffer with depression, OCD, ADHD, and a lot of these things are wrapped up in the same, but basically it's a very quirky personality. But it can be hard to live with, and it can be quite distressing. And although I laugh about it when I've cut it all bar a millimetre off, which I've done before, or I've bleached it so many times that it all drops out and I've got no hair, and then I end up obsessing over wigs. That's another thing. And when I'll tell you what, when I watched, is it Penelope she's called it? Bloody Mama Bear's daughter has got a wig and she cut it. I wanted to go, oh my God, I've cut my own wig and I've got it into a bob, but I would never cut it off the face. What you do is you go to the hairdressers with it on you, or if you really want to do it yourself, put it on your head first. I can tell you this from years of experience. Um, and I looked into wig wearing, and I have worn wigs at times, and they make me feel okay, and I do like them. And I swear to God, if I lost my hair, people will say, "Oh, you haven't got enough to worry about," but it would really distress me, because then I'd have nothing. What would I cut off if I had stress in my life? It's like eating with stress in my life. Now, at the moment, I have lost 5 pounds, and I'm thrilled about that. Now, a lot of you will say, well, you don't need to lose weight, Ali, because you're right weight for your height. But it took me a long time to lose 10 stone, which is 140 pounds. It took me a couple of years. And that's no gastric bypass or anything, just counting calories and being really careful. Now, if I don't, when I have the last year, I've been particularly hit and miss about doing that. And if I do, again, if I don't write down my calories, my brain just goes into, oh well, I'll just eat whatever I want. And people say, well, that's obsession, writing down every time you have a meal what the calories are. I don't actually write down the food. I've got rid of doing that, but I think it's something I have to do. Again, if I don't, I panic, and actually the weight does go on because I just ignore what I'm eating. I've got this idea in my head that if I eat something quickly, maybe my body won't notice. But yeah, some having OCD can be very, very distressing and very debilitating in life. And it's thank God I'm arty, and thank God I recognise it, and I have to sometimes I have to really dig deep and think inside. Come on, when you're dead, you're not going to be worrying about whether this is happening or that's happening, and that's the only way I can really do it. I've had cognitive behaviour therapy to try and stop me cutting my hair. I've had and stop OCD, and it did help a little bit, but I do struggle. I dye my hair, as everybody knows, and again, I'm trying. Unless I bleach up the real darkness, I end up with this bloody gingery look when I put in a grey or whatever I put in. But again, I don't really want to be bleaching my hair all the time because it's a fag, isn't it? It's a real bloody pain in the arse to do. And yeah, it's just one of those things. I know it sounds odd, and but I don't care if I put it out there because I put a long video out about this, about my hair struggles and how I obsess over my hair. And in fact, I had lovely reactions from it. This was a couple of years ago now. It might have been a year ago. I'm not sure. And I've got a great friend, I think in Australia, who, yeah, she's in Australia. And it's because of that that apparently I've inspired her to rock her short hair, and she has similar issues. So there are people out there that struggle the same way. And this is a way of just when I want to reinvent myself, or I don't want to wear hats, but I do want to wear something. I have little scarves. Here we are, another one to put round my head. I have little scarves to rock. I'll just show you the way I put it on. I just literally wrap it round here. It will just tie here. See how this one is. This one's a little bit wider, I think, than the other piece. And what I do, I like the knot here. You could have it at the back and flowing down, but I like it here. And then what I do is I just tuck it in. If I can do this without using a mirror, can be a bit tricky. But I literally just tuck it in, and there we have it. Bob's your uncle, Bunny's your aunt, as I always say. And I've got myself a different colour. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's been informative. I know a lot of you have said that they want to see me actually doing things, and it's really hard for me because I'm not always doing things, and sometimes I just like to talk to the camera. Thank you for your support. Please subscribe, please share, and I love you all very much. Take care. Bye.